Alrighty, well, this will be my first video tutorial on music theory, practical music theory applications that you could be using today. So I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to be talking about keys, how to find keys based on your circle of fifths, and then we're going to be going on to building chords, and then the intervals within those chords and chord qualities. And then we're going to go into different chords within a key and the different chord qualities and the harmonic number system. Alrighty, well, to find your keys, the best way to do it is to start with your circle of fifths. Many of you have probably heard of circle of fifths, but basically what it is, you start at C, or you can start anywhere, but you can start with C, then you go up a fifth, up a fifth, up a fifth, up a fifth, up a fifth. But what a fifth is, say if you have the key of C, that's your fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is your fifth. Each fifth you go up, as far as keys go, if you go up a fifth, you add a sharp, or you can go down a fifth and subtract a sharp, or add a flat. Keys are kind of hard to get, because you may have heard of like key of C major, key of A minor, key of D Dorian. I mean, there's different keys, but like the key doesn't necessarily have like a specific name. So like the key of C major has 0 flats, 0 sharps. This is all based on the major scale keys. So the key of G major has 1 sharp. The key of D major has 2 sharps. So as far as music theory goes, there are certain things you just have to kind of memorize. So the different sharps are followed in an order. And so your order of sharps would go F, C, G, D, A, E, and B. Also, as far as your order of sharps goes, so if you have 1, you just have F sharp. If you have 2, you have 2. You go 1, 2. You have F sharp and C sharp. If you have 3, you go up 3. 1, 2, 3. You include a G sharp. And even up to 7, you still go in this order. F, C, G, D, A, E, B. So if you're in the key of C sharp major, you have all the sharps. And so the same basic thing goes for the order of flats. It's just backwards. So yeah, if you go down a fifth, you add a flat. You go down a fifth, you add another flat. You go down a fifth, you add another flat. So and so on and so on. And so the numbers correlate to the order. You have 1 flat in the key of F major, which would be B flat. You have 2 flats in the key of B flat, so you would have B flat and E flat. And 3, B A, then 4, B A D, and so on. So that is how you determine your accidentals you use in each key. Alrighty, since now we're done with circle fifths, we're going to start talking about building chords, which to build chords you have to know intervals. And so basically what intervals are, you have 12 notes. There are a total of 12 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not including the C because it's the same as 1. And so an interval is 1 note comparative to another note. And usually it's interpreted through keys. All keys have 7 notes. And so your intervals are based off of these 7 different notes within a key. Your intervals, you have unison or a perfect eighth, because in the major scale you have 7 notes. That 8th note, if you count up, is the same as the first. And so you have ones, unisons, or octaves. Octaves are if you go all the way up C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, all the way up from one C to the next C. Or you have seconds. So in the major scale, from C to D, that's a major second. So a minor second is just 1/2 step above C. Usually major is indicated by a capital M, or minor is indicated by a lowercase m, sometimes with a line of. And so then you have thirds. That is your third, your major third. And so then you have minor thirds, which would be a 1/2 step lower. If you're thinking about major from your minor, they're always going to be a 1/2 step apart. And so E would be your major third, or E flat would be your minor third. And then you have fourths. They don't express a major or minor quality. They're kind of neutral. Or as far as your fourths and fifths go, you can have an augmented fourth, which is a sharped fourth, or a diminished fifth, which is a flatted fifth. They're the same note. You only have one note in between there. So if you have a diminished fifth, you just lower it a 1/2 step. If you have an augmented fourth, you raise it up a 1/2 step, and that's the. And so then for your sixth, and so from C to A is a major sixth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if this A was flatted for whatever reason, it would be a minor sixth. And so then after sixth you have the sevenths. In the key of C major is a major seventh. Or in the key of C minor, it would be a minor seventh. From major scale to major scale, these intervals between the numbers are all the same. So it doesn't matter if you're in D major, the numbers all apply. So your fifths are the same. It's a fifth, the interval is a fifth, 1 to 5. That's the same harmonic interval. So D to F sharp, that's a major third. 1, 2, 3, that's a third, and it's a major. So F, G, A, that is a major third. The same intervals from scale to scale are all the same. So you can look at it through the numbers. One thing about intervals that you may not have known is if you reverse it, it changes the quality. So if you count up to a third in a major scale, that is a major third. But if you reverse it, then it becomes a minor sixth. See, if you count down from the same note, you have a wider gap, you can see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A typical major third in a major scale flipped around becomes a minor sixth. So if you flip it around, it changes the major minor quality of the interval. And it also kind of wraps around the number 9. You have a major third, and then you flip that interval around, then you have a minor sixth. And the same thing with perfects. Like if you have a perfect fifth, that's your regular fifth. If you flip that around, then it becomes a fourth. It's all going around the number 9. So if you count down from the same note to that note, you go down to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It wraps around the number 9, but the thing with perfect intervals, it still stays a perfect interval. And the same thing goes for sevenths. So if you have a second, 1, 2, that's a major second. And if you flip that around, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that also becomes a minor seventh then.